Now there's a number of first responders staging and waiting right now. They are basically just seconds away. If bonders trying to clear the area, that's what they're going to be doing. But if there are persons down inside that building, I'm hoping possibly that there may be some 911 or some phone calls being made. But right now we only know one person for sure has been shot, possibly the suspect. First responders, these are deputies and law enforcement searching for this possible gunman.
I'll go through the details. I'll share with you everything I have, and we'll answer all the questions you may have. Our partners from the FBI and Highway Patrol will also answer any additional questions you might have. Tonight at 11:20 p.m., Sheriff's 911 received multiple calls of shots being fired at the Boarderline Bar and Grill in Thousand Oaks. Our first sheriff's unit arrived on scene. 3 minutes later, there was also 2 Highway Patrol officers on scene who had been on a local traffic stop and heard the traffic and responded right away. Approximately 3 minutes later, a Highway Patrol officer and a sheriff's sergeant made entry into the Boarderline because they heard shots being fired and felt there might be additional victims inside. Upon going through the front door, the sheriff's sergeant was struck multiple times with gunfire. The Highway Patrol officer stepped back and secured the perimeter until additional units arrived, and he rescued the sheriff's sergeant out of the line of gunfire. Additional units arrived, including SWAT personnel, agencies from the Oxnard Police Department, the Simi Valley Police Department, the Otero Police Department, additional officers from the Highway Patrol. They made entry into the Boarderline Bar and Grill. They found 11 victims that had been killed. The suspect, who we believe was the only suspect, was dead inside. And there were multiple other victims of different levels of injury inside that were rescued from the scene and taken to local hospitals. In addition to the victims inside, and the numbers are upwards of 10 to 12, additional victims with minor injuries fled the scene on their own and took themselves to local hospitals. We have not identified the suspect yet. Our partners from the FBI were on scene almost immediately to help us with the identification process and with crime scene processing. We have no idea if there is a terrorism link to this event or not. As you know, these are ongoing investigations, and that information will come out as soon as we're able to determine exactly who the suspect was and what motive he might have had for this horrific event.
It was just semi-automatic, as many shots as he could pull, and then when it started to reload, that's when we got people out of there, and I didn't look back.
Any laser targeting thing on the gun?
It had a flashlight or a laser on the bottom, but it was not in use.
And I know a number of the people we've spoken with have been so grateful to the people who helped get them out, and you're very humble, but talk to us again about what you did at that point.
We just needed an exit, and there's not an exit on that side. It was either go through the balcony or towards where the shooter was active, or go all the way down the hall, and so we decided the best course of action was straight out the side.
So you smashed these windows out? How difficult was that? I mean,
one bar stool went straight through a window.
And then you just started
and
carrying
then we just
through.
moved the glass out of the way so people could get out, and then there's a wooden railing on the backside, and we were trying to get people on that and then just jump down and push them as far away as possible.
Can you describe, was it panic? Were people screaming, running? What was going on?
There's definitely a lot of panic. A lot of people trying to call on the cell phone, and that's what I was trying to get rid of the most, was the least amount of light and noise that we could make and the fastest we could get out of there.